Hi everyone, I'm posting this video today to let you guys know that I've had to make one of the most difficult decisions of my life, and that decision is that I need to close down Rivers to Reef. Some of you might know this about me, but I suffer from major depressive disorder, and I've suffered from it for the better part of 20 years probably, so over half my life. After the very stressful move from downtown to outside here in East Davis, um, I began having really strong thoughts of suicide, to the point of, I would say, around August, September, I had planned my suicide and was pretty near to committing suicide, or at least attempting it. I told my wife about it, and she was super scared. As you know, Steph is my rock. So I promised that I would seek medical help um, to try and fix, or at least cope with my depression. I'm a stubborn guy, so I didn't actually seek out help until around mid to late March, when I made my first appointment with a psychologist. I got my appointment with a psychologist in early April. I got put on medications, and I have regular therapy sessions that I go to every 2 to 3 weeks. Since then, since that point, my outlook on life really changed. I stopped strongly considering suicide. It's kind of tough to explain it to a person who's never had depression before, but I would think of committing suicide, or at least killing myself, or think about how worthless I am multiple times an hour, even. And it kind of switched after I started the medications and therapy. Maybe it went from multiple times every hour to maybe multiple times a day to, around midsummer to, I was just like, oh, I'm actually going to make it through this. I'm going to be okay. And, I stopped thinking about suicide all the time. Stopped thinking about how worthless I am. But come July, the end of July, as some of you know, I was T-boned in the intersection out here. And that accident, even though it was in no way my fault, really spun me for a loop. I couldn't manage my depression anymore. I couldn't, I went to the hospital, and the doctor told me I couldn't even lift 20 pounds. And as you know, I have a little girl. I couldn't even lift her up. I couldn't even lift 20 gallons of water up. So everything that made me, James the fish guy, I'm a dad. I had to give that up. And, that gave me whatever little bit of self-worth that I had. And, suicide again came to the forefront of my mind. And now as I was driving home, after trying to find an attorney that would maybe help me at least get the money I deserve from insurance, the guy, he made fun of my mental health, told me that, the only way I can get any money was to be so scared that I piss my pants every time I walk to a car, which was very hurtful and very ridiculous. And after that, I was already kind of in a bad place, and then I went to the other person's insurance, and they offered me like $1,000 to make this go away, and $1,000 wouldn't even replace the car that they totaled. So I was just in a horrible mess, and my buddy Connor, who was actually in the car with me that day, was on the phone with me, and I was telling him how close I was. And when I hung up the phone with him, I was pretty determined that I was going to drive my car off the road on Highway 80 and end it there. I couldn't find a place to do it where I felt like I wasn't going to hurt anyone else, because I really don't want to hurt anyone else. So for whatever reason, I couldn't find anywhere, and I made it home, and I was just like, I guess my head cleared up a little bit, and I told myself that I would call my psychologist, and I sent him a message, and thankfully he responded. He had a cancellation, so I met with him the next morning, and he put me into an intensive outpatient program, which lasted for a couple weeks. And after that, after I graduated from that class, I began taking other coping classes every Tuesday. So that's why I haven't been open on Tuesdays after Nate had left, just so I can attend these classes. And I still continue to see my psychologist regularly. With that being said, I just haven't been able to manage my depression in any way like I would like. The thoughts of suicide are still persistent. Not as bad as, of course, after the accident, but I mean, they've been pretty bad. Working here at the shop for 70, 80 hours a week, I just, I don't have the mental power to continue. So I just... Sorry guys, the stupid light sensor decided to shut off the lights while I was talking. Like I was saying, working the 70, 80 hours a week has been mentally draining, and I didn't have the mental power to fight my depression in any capacity. And running a small business is tough. So I was just too worried that I might wind up dead, because I just can't do this right now. We've lost so many great people over the years to suicide, and what other people would consider successful, like Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade, it's important that I do this to help myself, because I do not want my family to grow old without me. There are also other contributing factors to my decision. I mean, it's like 90% the depression, but also, whether you're political or not, Donald Trump's tariffs are going to be raising a lot of the prices on the dry goods in my shop. I would say on average between 10 and 25%. And I know big stores and big corporations will just buy 20 or 30,000 units, or more, store them in a warehouse, and price me out of business, because I'm going to have to raise my prices 25% at least, or maybe 10%. Almost immediately, because I can't afford to backstock thousands of units, and I'm just going to be priced out of the market. And then another problem that Nate can attest to this, that we've been having, is that our wholesales have just been super difficult. We move on to a different wholesale, and it's the same problems all around. We just can't get the quality that we hold ourselves up to. And I'm here treating fish for sicknesses, and bags of fish are dying, and I just don't have the mental fortitude to do this, to fight this fight. A few years ago, when my depression wasn't so bad, I probably would have been able to put my head down and just work at it. But now I got a wife and kids, one on the way, and so I just need to do this I need to be better for me so I can be better for them. When I started the shop 6 years ago now, I wanted to provide this place where people can come and learn about fish, learn about an aquatic environment that was lighthearted and fun, and that also sold fish on the side. I don't know if it's a sustainable business model, but I felt like I was good at what I did. I mean, if you look back at our reviews, I think that we did this mission. We accomplished this mission. I also wanted to have people love fish as much as I did. And I can't really say for sure if that is what happened, but I hope that in my heart of hearts that I accomplished just that. The one thing that I never realized that owning the shop would give me is friends, like really good friends. And my family is so grateful for all of the great friends that we have made through the years. You guys have really helped me out tremendously. I couldn't have kept the store up and running without you guys. All my customers out there who are faithful patrons, I'm sorry to let you guys down. I feel really terrible. But I just want to thank all you guys for letting me live my dream for the past 6 years. It's been an adventure for sure, and I just have a couple things to say in closing. First, if you have depression or if you suffer from depression, please get help. Don't let yourself suffer as much as I did. If you want to come in and talk to me about depression, please feel free to do so. I don't want people to hurt like I did. I don't want people to hurt like I do right now. And second, please, please, please keep up your fish tanks. Please keep up your love for the aquarium. Even though I'm retiring for now, I hope that you guys can continue. And I'm probably going to try and start up a Facebook page, maybe named like James the Fish Guy or something, so you guys can still feel free to ask me questions and I can still be there for you guys. But keep on following us on Facebook. We'll keep on updates up until we're closing. I think it'll probably be around Thanksgiving will be our final days. That's all for now, guys. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me. And I hope that each and every one of you can stop by the shop and see me before our final day here. Thank you, guys.